Hi Virgo, this is your reading for the week of March 17th, or whenever you hear this and it resonates. And of course, it won't be for all Virgos. Virgo, what I started hearing as I was getting ready to pull the cards was I was seeing you in what looked like a forest, a rainforest, and I was hearing drumming. And it's like I can't repeat the beat, but it reminded me of the shaman traditions around ayahuasca and that deep sense of drumming and music to connect you deeply to a sacred place in yourself, to the earth, to Mother Earth. And the feeling that I'm getting as I'm looking with this, Virgo, is that there is, for whoever I'm reading for, what I'm feeling is that there has been a tendency in some ways for you to, in spite of being an earth sign, there has been a tendency for you to almost be afraid of grounding yourself in commitments to situations, to things, to people, almost out of a fear of, I don't want to say a fear of failure, but a fear of the unknown, I would say. And that there has been a tendency, therefore, for you sometimes to lose touch with a deeper part of your feelings and a deeper sense of guidance in yourself. It's not that you don't have intuition, and it's not that you don't have the ability to think beyond the earth plane. You do. It's just that without being able to really ground yourself in a comfortable, I want to say earthly nature, structure, there is a tendency for you to have been somewhat a little bit caught by your own indecisions, or caught by your own indecisions, sometimes slowing you down, sometimes just causing you not to make a choice at all, or making choices that actually deliberately kept you from being attached, entrenched, seriously, deeply connected. Now, it doesn't mean to say you didn't have certain strong connections, but not necessarily ones that were growing out of what was really good for you, what was really something that was going to allow you to expand yourself emotionally. Now, what I'm getting with these cards here is that there has been, because this has been something that you have experienced or may have experienced in some form, it's often also led you not to really be able to fully explore your gifts. And what I'm getting is this drumming quality. It's like, what I feel is, I really want to bring you into your body with this. I feel like Spirit is looking at you saying, okay, Virgo, you've got these great qualities. You've got this ability. Now, you've got this ability. You can be very charming. You can be very out there. You can be very, in some ways, very constructive and make your way. But it feels to me, Virgo, is that you're waking up now into this next layer where you, by really truly trusting yourself and moving into a strong sense of living in your body, grounded in your body, it means that you can now make easier choices about creating structures around you, whether it's work or relationship, that is actually going to feed you, nourish you emotionally, nourish you creatively, allow you to kind of move into making choices from present time, as opposed to getting stuck in the past or worrying about the future. It's like you've been caught sometimes between those two things. But what you're being told here is you do have creativity, and that by really starting to tune into the awareness of greater sacred connection in the world, the reality of that as something you embody in yourself, that you can take a leap of faith. You can take a quantum leap of faith. What does it say? Beyond logical expectation, beyond the linear projections of our minds, there is a place of free fall. Here you trust that what feels like leaping into the unknown void is really sailing on the winds of the infinite, unlimited benevolence, which will guide you wisely to your best and most graceful landing. And I feel that that is seriously important for you, because while you have had luck, while you've had connections, while you've had support, you haven't always had that deep connection in yourself, where you really embody that knowledge and the belief in that divine aspect moving you forward. It's almost as though you contracted away from that. And so now what you're being told is, use your intuition and create for yourself an idea of what would be a loving self-support, where you notice the choices that you're making that are holding you back, and you question yourself, is this the one that I want to make? And start really actively choosing things according to what feels good. Now, some of the things that can make us stay away from deeper relationships or trusting, even more importantly than deeper relationships, it's a deeper relationship with ourselves. It's trusting, is that sometimes what we've got from the past, and this is what I'm getting now from the guides for this particular group that I'm reading for, that when there are situations from the past, whether it's childhood or young adulthood or whatever, that have created a stressful energy, almost like a miasm around us, that is uncomfortable, that carries guilt or shame or any kind of emotional discomfort that's difficult for us to look at. Sometimes we don't look deeper to the deep self, to the true self, because it's like we've got to go through that first and we don't want to go there. So what this is telling me is that by really understanding and by really choosing to move into the idea of the prayerful nature of existence, the prayerful quality of life, the trusting in a higher power or the possibility of a higher power, and maintaining that awareness as we start looking at what's been holding us back, it gives us the strength and the courage to move through that. And it's the understanding that very often we feel as though by looking at it, it becomes more real, when in fact, very often, when we look at it, the truth of its fallacy becomes what we understand. The fact that it's not real. It just feels real because it's coming up. It's like Jung says, you see the shadow on the way out, right? So again, I'm going to say this, and just because I think it's important for everybody, if this is really something that's been very traumatic for you, then get somebody to help you with it, right? Don't do it on your own if you don't have the resources and the strength to do it. But a lot of you will have the strength and the resources to do it. It's just a matter of, it sounds so easy, but in a way it is. It's a matter of making a choice. Am I ready? Do I want to move through what's been holding me back? Do I want to start making choices that move me forward, that enhance my sense of creativity, my sense of well-being and self-love? Do I want to do that? Do I want to start feeling and talking better about myself and understanding myself in a more loving way? And that's what I feel is happening here for a lot of you Virgos. So that's the advice that Spirit is giving. Again, this is me saying it, and that is that if you know that there is a history of trauma and that is really holding you in place in a way that is really feels dangerous to face or too difficult to face, please get the help that you need in order to do that if and when you're ready. And the thing is, guys, girls, folks, the choice to change is really the place where it starts. You don't always have to know how you're going to. Often it's just a matter of saying, yes, I would like to. And then situations and opportunities present themselves according to who you are and where you're at and what you're able to do. So just consider that. If you're on the fence about making changes, looking at things deeper, pulling up this grounding and this connection into the embodiment of fully of who you are, so you can fully be present in the world and in deeper connection to yourself, you can make the choice and then notice how the universe serves you, because it serves the universe for you to be in connection with yourself, in your deeper self, and to be more loving to you. Okay, that's it, Virgo. Bye for now.